Megan, you are my partner, my companion, my best friend. Today I give myself to you. It's been a long, long, long time together. And in that time, I promise to encourage and inspire you through all the many achievements to come. I promise to laugh with you and hold you close, and to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle. I promise to love you in good times and in bad, when life is easy and when it's not, when our love is simple and when it takes work. These things I promise to you today and for all the rest of our lives together. I love you.
On this day, we will say a lot of words, alluding to many promises that we will make to each other. But we have been making promises to each other for a long time and continue to do so. And they are seen in the small acts that we make for each other every day. It's the promise to know how I like my coffee in the mornings, even when it's a little bit too sweet for you. It's the way that you allow me to drive everywhere we go, even though I have a little bit of road rage. And it's the promise to kill all the imaginary spiders when I'm freaking out at night. And so on this day, I promise to keep loving you as your companion, as your best friend, and ultimately as your soulmate, and keep those promises to each other in which we love each other and care for each other very deeply. I love you.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm so stressed.
Don't be stressed.
Yeah, orange tooth.
Huh?
Orange tooth. Okay.
I love you.
Me too.
Welcome, family, friends, and loved ones. We are gathered here today surrounded by the beauty of creation. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of all human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage. Only you can do that through love and patience, dedication and listening, through supporting and believing in each other, by learning to make the important things matter and letting go of the rest. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you make to stand together, despite the occasional urge to run away. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance in a chemistry class at New Mexico Highlands to this point of commitment. At some point you decided to get married. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, you have been making promises in an informal way. All those conversations that were held on long hikes or while discovering a new restaurant, all those sentences that began with, "when we're married," and continued with, "I will," and "you will," and "we will." Those late night talks that included "someday" and "somehow." All those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart, all these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things that I hoped and dreamed and promised you, I meant it, every word. Now you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same. At this time, I invite Johnny to share his vows with Megan.
Megan, you are my partner, my companion, my best friend. And today I give myself to you to spend a long time together. And in that time, I promise to be by your side, to laugh with you, to comfort you in times of sorrow and hardship. These things, or I promise, I promise to love you in good times and in bad, when life is easy and when it's hard, when our love is simple and when it takes effort. These things I promise you today and all the days of our lives together. I love you.
I love you. At this time, I invite Megan to share her vows with Johnny.
Today is the day. We make promises to each other that allude to our commitment to each other in front of everybody that we love and care for. But these promises that we're making today have been small acts throughout our time together and continue to be done throughout our time. It is the way you promise to know how I take my coffee, even if it is a little too sweet in the morning for you. It is the way that you let me drive us around, even though I'm a very angry driver. It is the way that you wake up in the middle of the night just to calm me down from my night terrors. I promise to you what you have already promised to me, and that is to continue to care for you, to respect you as my partner, as my best friend, as my soulmate. And I promise to love you until, that's my promise to you on this day. I love you.
Love you too.
Johnny, do you take Megan to be your wife?
I do.
Do you promise to love, honor, support, and adventure through life with her?
I do.
That's good. It's a good thing we're here. Megan, do you take Johnny to be your husband?
I do.
Do you promise to love, honor, support, and adventure through life with him?
I do.
To love is not to possess, to own, or imprison, nor to lose oneself in another. Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who we really are, no longer clinging in childish dependency, nor living separate lives in silence. It is to be perfectly oneself and perfectly joined in a permanent commitment to another and to one's inner self. Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide, in the moon's own predictable harmony, because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, They are openly free to be who they are, and always secretly were, in the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide. This is the point in the ceremony where we usually talk about the wedding bands being a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. But we all know these rings do have a beginning. Rock was dug up from the earth. Metal is liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees, then molded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from raw elements, and love is like that. It's hot, dirty work. It comes from humble beginnings, made by imperfect beings. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. This ring is your promise to the other to accept their imperfections and recognize their beauty. Johnny, please place the ring on Megan's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, my heart and soul belongs with you. Megan, please place the ring on Johnny's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, my heart and soul belongs with you. It is now my honor to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away night, get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air